Hey beautiful people, what is up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first monthly favorites videos. Actually, I don't think that this is my first monthly favorites. Well, is it? Maybe. Here's the thing, I've definitely done a favorites and fails videos before, but I've decided to actually make it a series. So this is like my attempt to do a full series in this like favorites and fails kind of thing. So I'm calling this my first one. So whatever you saw before, pretend you didn't see if it exists. So this is going to be going up a little bit late because I'm filming pretty much in the middle of February. So it's definitely later than it should be, but life was lifing, so I'm doing my best. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite products of January, because I don't really have a lot of fails. If this is your first time watching me, hi, welcome, I'm Jamila. I love all things beauty. I love all things makeup. I especially love sharing my tips and tricks for how to find high-end and luxury beauty products at bargain prices. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I would absolutely love if you would consider subscribing and joining the fam. Okay, so like I said, this is the first in the series, new year, new series, I guess what we're going with. And I decided that I actually want to include a couple of lifestyle products for you guys too. So we're going to be doing some lifestyle and then we're going to end on like the makeups. So let's start with, I think probably my favorite product ever. Okay, that's very strong language, but one I've been talking about for some time, and I just think everyone deserves to have this in their life, and that is my self-stirring mug. I just rinsed it out so that I would have a clean mug for you guys. I talked about this in like an Amazon Christmas gifts video before, and I have to talk about this again because like I said in that video, I do not like washing the dishes. It's the bane of my existence, and anything I could do to not wash dishes, please, yes, come my way. And one of the things that I found was this self-stirring mug. Now, I drink a lot of coffee, and with coffee, you know, you add your creamer, you take your little spoon and you stir it up. This gets rid of the spoon, so you don't have to wash spoons. Like, yay! So the way in which this works is that you have this little button at the bottom here, and you double tap it, and there's a little pill inside here that's a magnetic pill that spins around and actually stirs up your drink for you. So if I double tap here, you can see it spinning in there. And this is completely 100% rechargeable, so it does have, oh, Jesus, I should have poured out the liquid. It does have a little USB port at the bottom here that you can plug it in, charge it, and it's rechargeable. And I will say that this holds a very long charge. I got this, I want to say around the Black Friday time. I charged it then and I have not charged it since. And like I said, we are coming to the end of February and I haven't had to charge this since that initial charge. So I've really been obsessed with this. I drink out of this every day. It does a really good job at keeping your coffee warm for a decent amount of time. I wish it did keep it warm a little bit longer because I'm a bit slow when it comes to drinking coffee, but it does a decent job at keeping it warm for a pretty long amount of time. In terms of the capacity of this mug specifically, and I will try to link everything I'm talking about down below, this does hold a 10-ounce cup of coffee if you want room for creamer. If you don't like cream in your coffee and you're like a black person, or you know, you just want to put sugar in there, it can hold 12 ounces. So I usually do a 10-ounce out of my Keurig, and then I add my creamer, which is a decent amount of coffee in my opinion. Enough for me because, again, I drink slowly. Anything more than that just takes way too long. So that has to be probably like my favorite product that I've discovered recently, and I use it every day on a daily basis. The next product that I want to mention is another favorite and one that I do use daily and one that I have multiples of, and that is my Blend Bunny tumblers. I love these so much. I use this every day. I don't like water. Here's the thing. I don't like the taste of water. I don't drink a lot of water. It is one of my biggest flaws because we are pretty much mostly water, so you should be keeping yourself hydrated. And I found that this has actually helped me increase my water intake. Now, the lavender one is my favorite color-wise. It's the first one that I picked up, but then I decided to get the pink one as well. And right now they are trying to get rid of some of the stock in this, so this is actually on sale for 50% off. So if you're interested in these tumblers, you can get this at a discount. I do also have a discount code with Blend Bunny. It's just Jamila, and I think it'll give you like 10% off or something like that. All of that will be in the description box, but I will say that I have been obsessed with these, and I have been using this nonstop. I keep one of these on my bed and one of these on my work desk so that I kind of always have something to drink out of, and I do tend to keep one for seltzer water because I like the taste of seltzer water, and one for regular water, so that I'm making sure that I'm staying as hydrated as possible. And these do an amazing job of keeping drinks cold. Like, you can obviously use this for like coffee or something else. It doesn't have to be water, but I found that this does a really good job at keeping like your drinks cold for a very long period of time. Like, there have been times where I have put ice in here, added water to it, went to sleep, and woke up the next morning and there's still ice in it. So it is definitely a product that I have been getting a lot of use out of, and I was tempted to purchase the other colors because it does come in white and black as well, but I think 2 is enough. 2 is fair. So if you are on the hunt for a tumbler, I would definitely recommend you check this out. This is the 22 ounce version. It does come in a smaller version that is 16 ounces. So if you don't like the giant one, you can get the smaller one. And like I said, they're on sale for 50% off. The 22 ounce is $22, so it'll be $11. The 16 ounce is $16, so it'll be $8. So definitely give it a check if you are in the hunt for some tumblers. The next piece that I want to mention is actually a piece of jewelry that I picked up at my local TJ Maxx and I've been obsessed with, and it is this little elephant bracelet. Isn't it so cute? Now, I love elephants. Something about them they're just beautiful, gentle, smart, amazing creatures, and I feel like I resonate with elephants a lot. Like, it's just the animal that speaks to me in addition to lions. I don't know. But I loved this. So it has this little clasp here that you like unhook. And the clasp is hooked onto the trunk of the elephant. So when you unhook it, opens up like this. So you have the little latch and then you hook it back. And here you go. And I just think this is so cute. It is also like pretty textured, so it's not like a smooth bracelet. It has a lot of texture to it, which, you know, could be perceived as imperfections, but I really like how very textured and this feels. So, and I think that this is brass. It's by the Lucky brand, and I actually got this on clearance at TJ Maxx. I think I paid $13 for it, and the original price of this, based on the tag that they had, was $36. So steal in my opinion, and it does come in silver as well if you don't like gold. So just check out your TJ Maxx or Marshalls because you might be able to find it if you like the design. And then the last lifestyle product that I want to mention is my sleep mask. I have pretty recently gotten into sleep masks. It's not something that I used a lot of the time, but I have really been trying to make sure that I'm falling asleep well, and part of that is kind of like blocking out a lot of the light that just comes in from everywhere. So I actually found this sleep mask at my Marshalls store. And what I love about it is, honestly, one, it's a silk sleep mask, which is really good for your skin. It doesn't like feel very rough or abrasive, but also like the size of it. Do you see how big this is? So it's huge, and I think it does a great job at making sure that no light is seeping in. I do have some of these smaller, thinner ones that I feel like always a little bit tight and constricting, and I feel like this one isn't as constricting, and it doesn't feel like it's squeezing my head. And this piece that I also love about it is the back of it. So the band in this is so thick in the back that it doesn't have that little piece of elastic that honestly I find very annoying. I just love how thick this band is, and again, the silk goes all the way around, so it really is great for your hair, and you don't have to worry about anything tugging on your hair getting tied up. So this is one that I've been really enjoying. I think it's super cute. I wish I had more of this and in more colors because it's great. I do need to wash it, so apologies, it's a little dirty, but I've been really enjoying it. It's not uncomfortable. It's been helping me to like really black everything out and go to sleep a lot faster. Okay, so that's it for all of the lifestyle stuff. Let me know if you liked that little lifestyle segment because I want to bring a little bit more lifestyle to my content. But let's dive into makeup and skincare. So let's start with the skincare first, and I want to talk about the Vanilla & Co. Cleansing Balm. Now, you would have seen this in one of my recent MTs videos, and honestly, this is just so good. And this is so amazing that I had to buy another one. I actually was able to find this at TJ Maxx. This one is completely sealed, but this is the best cleansing balm that I have found so far. And I just feel like this does the best job out of all the cleansing balms that I've tried, breaking down my eye makeup. That is where I feel like cleansing balms lose their efficacy, if you want to call it that. So I've used the Clinique cleansing balm. Morphe had one as well, and I think there's another one that I use, and I feel like they do a great job of breaking down foundation because that's not really that complicated to get your base products off. But when it comes to eyeshadow, mascara, eyeliner, that's where you see if a cleansing balm works or not. And this has done the best job that I have seen at breaking down my eye makeup, especially my mascara and my liner. And this is actually cheaper than like my Clinique, which is significantly more expensive, has less product, and in my opinion is less effective. So this is one that, because I really enjoyed it, I did go ahead and get a backup of it when I saw it available at my TJ Maxx. It's one that I will continue to purchase because it is available at Ulta. Obviously a little bit more expensive because it's in the Ulta store, but because it's not considered luxury or prestige, I can use regular coupons and get money off of it. So I think I'm just going to continue to buy that. I have a Clinique cleansing balm that I'm currently using in my bathroom right now, but I'm really using it just to use it up because I've really kind of decided that this is going to be my cleansing balm going forward, unless I find another one that's even more effective than this. But when you find something that works, especially when it comes to skincare, for me, it's just like, if it works, just keep using it. You don't need to experiment, especially when it comes to skincare. And then the last skincare product that I want to mention is the Refa moisturizer. I don't even know what this is called, but this is the thick version of their moisturizer. You may recall that last year, Refa actually started bringing out skincare. And they did this real interesting thing, or maybe it was 2021. I think it was 2021. They did this interesting thing where they were offering their first moisturizer for free. It was a pay what you want campaign, which you could have paid $0 and they sent it to you for free. And once they finished that, they actually released a 2.0 version of that moisturizer along with this thick version of this moisturizer. And this has been a lifesaver for me during winter. When it comes to winter, my skin just shrivels up like a prune and it starts to peel. It gets really dry and irritated, also because I use a lot of acne products that can dry out the skin and strip the skin. Winter plus acne products just makes it even worse. And I have always struggled to find a moisturizer that keeps me as hydrated as my skin needs to be to prevent a lot of those dry patches. Until this. This has been a lifesaver this whole winter. I've realized that, you know, when I do use this, I don't experience as many dry patches. When I go a couple of days without it, they start coming back. So I've really seen how effective this product has been. And as you can see, I am like halfway done. The other thing I appreciate about this moisturizer is that when they send it to you, it actually comes with this metal clip here that you can use to turn your moisturizer down so that you're getting every single drop, because this is a thick cream. This is definitely not for like a daytime thing, so I only use this at night when I go to bed, and it really does help my skin retain that moisture while I'm sleeping. And that little metal thing helps me to squeeze it out. This is definitely something that I will see myself repurchasing, especially as we're in these winter months. Maybe not once we get into summer and my skin is not as, you know, stripped. But it is one that I think has done wonders in my skincare routine and is relatively affordable. If I'm not mistaken, it's not that expensive, and I think it may be $24, $26, somewhere around there. So definitely will be picking this up once it's done. Okay, let's end with the makeups. So first things first, I do want to give a huge shout out to the Hourglass Mascara. I did get this as part of like this free gift set for something that I bought at Ulta. Y'all know Ulta always has these little free gift thingies. So it did come with this Hourglass Mascara, and this mascara gives a volume and length. It's actually what I'm wearing right now, which you probably can't even see. I don't know why I did that. But when it comes to mascara, I am not a huge fan of paying anything past $10 for mascara, because I think most of them do the exact same thing. Now, even though I do like this, I don't recommend going out and picking it up, because I just don't think that you should spend an exorbitant amount of money for mascaras. But I do have to say that it is a really nice one. I think that it did a really great job at giving me length, volume, didn't flake, had no issues. I have tried a lot of mascaras where it starts to flake and then it gets in my eyes and my eyes are irritated and I'm trying to get the little mascara flecks out, and this didn't do that. I thought that it just did a really amazing job at giving me the lashes that I need, that I want, without being like problematic. It's hard to go like crazy about a mascara, but if it's a good one, I just want to say that it's a good one. And you guys know, I don't wear lashes. Like, I don't do like lashes stuck onto my lids because they're really annoying and I'm really bad at it. So when I find a good mascara, I want to call it out. But that being said, the $5 Essence mascara is really good as well. This one is better, but for the price and the price difference, you'll be fine with Essence. The next thing that I want to mention is the highlighter I've been obsessed with all of January, and that is the Pat McGrath Luna, I believe it's called Luna Nude Highlights. Now, I do have this in the limited edition gold packaging, but I feel like this is now available in like Hello Trio palettes, so I don't think that the shade is limited edition. I just think that the packaging was limited edition. So you do have the beautiful embossing. It is kind of like a peachy pinky shade. I loved this so much. And granted, Pat McGrath does not have my favorite highlight formula, but this is one that I found myself reaching for a lot. Something about it being a bit champagne with a little bit of pink made this, in my opinion, very versatile. Like, I could wear this with pinky looks, with goldy looks. I just felt like it went with so much that I found myself reaching for this more than I expected to. And it also wasn't too warm, so that I could use it with more cool toned looks, which is what I found myself doing. Like, if I did a look that leaned a little bit more cool, this was the highlight that I went for versus some of my standard gold highlights. The next thing that I want to talk about is the Lancome Teint Idole Foundation. I did have this foundation before, but I didn't really appreciate it until I purchased a new one in a new shade. And I found that this shade is a much better match for me. The other one that I had was a little bit too light, so I think that was part of why I wasn't using it. But when I picked this up in the new shade, I was like, oh, she's cute. This is definitely, I would say, a natural foundation. It does lean a little bit more on the matte side, but I don't think that it would hold up really, really well in like serious like summer conditions. But for winter, I think that it's a really nice everyday foundation. It's also a foundation that is extremely lightweight, and it does give, in my opinion, really nice medium coverage. Could it be built up to full? Honestly, probably. But I'm not a full coverage kind of gal, so a nice lightweight medium foundation is chef's kiss, exactly what I'm looking for. And I just thought that this worked well. I thought that it held up really well throughout the day, was a really nice color match, didn't break me out, just did what it needed to do, made my skin look nice but still like skin. It didn't mask anything. It didn't give me any issues in terms of separating or oxidizing. So it's one that I like, and it's actually one that I've been using pretty nonstop. I am about here in this foundation, which is about halfway through, which is kind of crazy for a foundation that I've only had for about a month. And you'll see a lot of the products that I'm talking about today aren't necessarily new products. It's just I wanted to share the things that I've been using in January. And I feel like I'm using these videos, or I'm hoping to use this series as a way to remind myself to switch things up and try going back into my collection so that I can feature some of my older products as, you know, favorites that I've rediscovered. Speaking of a product that's not new, I have to give a shout out to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Spray. This, when people said that this was mattifying, when people said that this was gonna hold everything in, they weren't playing. This is a product that I've used quite a few of, but I've also tried to use pretty sparingly because it is so mattifying. Like, this is going to hold your makeup from now until thy kingdom come. And it's a nice spray, but not an everyday spray, because I don't need my makeup to be that held in for like an everyday basis. But if I do have, like, I'm traveling for work, I'm at a business meeting, or I'm out at a conference all day, I do want my makeup to last. I don't want to be looking greasy and oily if I'm out and about and doing something where I need to look a little bit put together. So that's where I found that being really, really helpful. So if I know that I have a long day, that's what I would use. If I know that I am going from day to night and I want my makeup to last longer, that's what I was reaching for, because it's like, okay, I need you to last all day and transfer into like an evening activity as well. But if you have oily skin, if you have issues with your makeup breaking down, I think you should give that a try, because I think it does a really good job at really helping your makeup to stick and stay. And then lastly, let's end on eyeshadow palettes. I don't actually have a ton to talk about. I only have two. And that's because I didn't really get a lot of new eyeshadow palettes in 2023, at least in January so far. So I'm going to talk about the two that I've been using pretty nonstop, and that is the Blend Bunny Lore and Trove palette. Both of these were gifted to me by the brand, and you all know how I feel about the Blend Bunny matte formula, so we're not even going to get into that. But I will say that this palette was just everything. It was amazeballs. The mattes in here are so beautiful, pigmented, blendable, and just this color story is just like mermaid vibes times a million. And the Trove palette, which is a really beautiful multi-chrome palette, was able to take all of the shades from this and make it even more multi-dimensional. So I had so much fun playing in both of these and coming up with really beautiful, colorful looks. Like for the past couple of months, I had been stuck in this like, I want to wear neutral eyeshadow funk, and I feel like this is one of the palettes that really helped bring me out of that and bring me back to color because of how beautiful these shades are, how really multi-dimensional the multi-chromes are, and how perfectly they paired with these sort of blue, purple, teal, pinky shades that are just absolutely stunning and gorgeous. Now, I do 100% recommend picking up the Law palette, the Multi-Chrome Trove palette. Honestly, if you have a huge multi-chrome collection, none of these multi-chromes are doing shifts that you don't already have. So I think that if you have these shades, definitely don't feel obligated to pick this up because this is really expensive. I believe this was $68. So I don't think you need to pick up a quad, a multi-chrome quad if you have multi-chromes. Now, if you don't have these multi-chromes, I think this is a nice way to get it all in one place. It's also a nice way to get it in a palette format because this is definitely more travel friendly than trying to travel with singles. But like I said, none of these shifts are revolutionary shifts or new shifts that we haven't seen before. So don't feel obligated to pick this up. This one, however, bomb.com. And if you wanted to get at least one multi-chrome, the shade Pearl is a multi-chrome, and I appreciate that they at least gave us one multi-chrome in the palette. These are just regular shimmers, but you do have at least one multi-chrome, so you can still get a really nice multi-dimensional look with this palette just off of this one multi-chrome. And they also did a really great job at, I think, keeping this row relatively neutral enough so that you could have something that's a little bit more wearable, and then you have all of these colors. Now, where I will say that there is some redundancy is that the blues, these two blues, very, very similar. These two shimmer shades, very, very similar. This is a blue shimmer, this is a green shimmer. But honestly, swatched out, they look very similar. Swatched, and on the eyes, you know when things are that similar. Swatched on the eyes, they look the exact same. So, actually, let me swatch these. So you can see blue, green. Very, very similar. Like, I can tell that they're two different shades, but I don't think that they're different enough, in my opinion, and I don't think that they will show up as different enough on the eyes. So just something to think about and something to keep in mind if you were interested in picking up that palette. All right, so that is it from me, guys. Those are my favorite products of January in 2023. Really had fun filming this video. Looking forward to doing it again in February. I'm really hoping to keep this series coming and to bring these to you more recently than in the middle of the next month. So I'm gonna do my best. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know down below if you want to know anything about all of these products that I mentioned. Whatever I can find and link, I will link. Some of those will be affiliate links, and I'll let you guys know that. And yeah, that's it. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Join the fam. As always, thank you guys so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye!